Narrative. That one's an easy one. If you're familiar with literature at all, it's the same thing really, only in visual artwork, a narrative is constructed out of visual cues. Visual elements in an image can either tell a literal story, if you will, not literal as in literary or quite literal, but it could be an actual story that's being told, say, comic books, obviously, right? So you've got a narrative that goes through just in the images, even if you got rid of all of the lettering, the text that's in the comic books. I've even seen some comics that don't have words in them at all, and sometimes those are really brilliant. But you're creating a narrative through images. Those are really telling an actual story. But other narrative kinds of things in visual art require you to think of a story. I hate air quotes, but I do it too often as it is. But a story, your definition has to kind of broaden a bit more, because instead of the beginning, middle, end kind of structure that is standard for stories in literature, in visual stuff, paintings, sculptures, so on and so forth, you can hint at some of those kinds of time progressing and things as it's a snapshot on reality feel, or you can hint at there's more to it than this, but it could also be just the interactions, the assumed interactions or the physical interactions amongst the things in the image can give you kind of a dialogue, if you will, kind of interacting with each other and creating a kind of through-line narrative of that kind of thing. It's harder to understand in words. It's a lot easier to understand if you get used to looking at that kind of thing and talking about it in person with people. But that's the basic idea. Yeah, that should get you started. I hope.